guys, so today I'm going to be doing a fun little question and answer video. For those of you that follow me on my social media on Instagram, I did post a post on there asking for people to send in what kind of questions they had for me about either me or Lil Bit. Just kind of asking basic questions. Some of the questions are a little more in-depth, and for some of the questions I'm actually going to make a whole separate video about them. So I just have quite a few questions that you all wanted some answers to, so we're here to give you some answers. Yeah, thank you. So for favorite color, mine is definitely lime green, but I always tell people I tend to go a little bit back and forth between lime green and pink. So more days than not, it's lime green. So I really love lime green, and I like to say that Lil Bit's favorite color is lime green as well, because literally all of her gear is lime green or has some hint of lime green in it. So definitely lime green for both of us. So Lil Bit does a variety of tasks for me. Her main task is going to be her diabetes alert or her low blood sugar alert. She also does high heart rate alert. She does fainting response, PTSD alert, self-harm interruption, a little bit of guiding work, and a little bit of forward momentum pulling. She does crowd control, deep pressure therapy. I believe that is it, but she does a lot. She's a very, very, very hardworking dog. So this question is very interesting because I do not consider myself like a strong, empowered person. I don't. I spend a lot of nights right here in this bedroom actually crying about how much pain I'm in, how sick I feel, and all that kind of stuff. And so, but something I always tell people, because I go to doctor's appointments with new doctors, and a lot of times they're like, you know, I'm so glad you're so like upbeat and you have a good attitude. And I always tell them, well, you know, there's no point to have a negative attitude about things, because if you have a negative attitude about your diagnosis or suspected diagnosis or your symptoms or whatever, it's gonna affect how you feel physically. I know a lot of people don't believe that, but I really firmly believe that your mental state can affect your physical state just as much and can actually hinder how you feel and how you handle things. It's one of those things of, you can't control necessarily what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. So I always just try to have a positive outlook on things, and I have a lot of love and a lot of support from a lot of friends and family and my medical professionals that I work with on everything are always there to help and be support where I need them to be. So for some of these questions, you're gonna see me looking down here. I have my booklet here that kind of has all my notes and stuff for answering questions and what the questions were. So if you see me looking down every once in a while, it's because I'm looking at this. So for this one, for the first thing you need to qualify to have a service dog is you have to have a disability. So it's any disability, either psychiatric, physical, anything. You just have to have a disability that has been diagnosed by a doctor. It is recommended that you have some type of letter or like a prescription written for a service dog. It's not something that is required, but a lot of handlers do have that, just in case, because sometimes if you're going through an organization, they require you to have your doctor fill out paperwork and fill out a letter of referral to be able to get a service dog. If you're owner training though, you don't have to have that. I personally have a letter from a doctor just because sometimes airlines can ask for it. certain housing and certain apartment complexes and stuff can ask for it. So I always have it just in case. It's not something that I carry around with me on a daily basis, but if I'm going on a trip somewhere, or if I am going somewhere to inquire about moving in or anything like that, I always have it with me. Another thing is you always want to come up with a list seeing as to why a service dog would be the best treatment option for you. Service dogs are not for everybody. You definitely want to try any type of therapies, medicines, anything that you can before going with a service dog. I definitely wouldn't suggest it as being the very first go-to thing after you get a diagnosis. You definitely want to try some different things. And then for any other information that you all want more about the legal standings and the legal side of having a service dog and qualifying for a service dog, I will link the ADA website below, so you can go look at the service dog section of the ADA to be able to get more information on there as well. So this question actually seems to be very hard for some people to comprehend that aren't service dog handlers. Any breed of dog can be a service dog. The other animal that can be a service animal are miniature horses. Now, just because any dog can be a service dog doesn't mean that every breed of dog should be. There are certain breeds of dogs that just are not meant for it. They don't have the lifespan for it. They don't have the health for it. There's just a lot of different things that go into it, but legally, by legal standing, any dog and any miniature horse can be a service animal. Okay, for this one, I have my top 3 favorite gear shops that a lot of my gear is from. So my top one is actually a shop that I model for personally. Well, I don't model, Lil Bit models it. I model some of it, but Lil Bit models it mostly. Yes, I said your name. She models it mostly, is our All Paws Have Purpose gear. We have a couple different things from them. I'll put some pictures up here, but we have this wonderful hybrid cape Y-front that we have from them. We also have some paracord items from them that are wonderfully made. They make great paracord items, great vest, Y-fronts with capes, pull straps, all that kind of stuff. I'll actually be doing a review and unboxing video for the gear I have from them, hopefully in about 2 weeks, because I have a new piece of gear coming from them that I'm excited to show you guys. So I will show all that to you when I make that video a little bit later. My next favorite is I love River Dog gear. River Dog gear, I have had 2 vest sets from them. My first one I actually recently gave to another handler, but I had a pink and purple River Dog gear vest that had some just basic patches on it. It had a raspberry color and the border was purple. The one I have now currently, which you all have seen her in before in videos, is her lime green one that has the black border, black zippers, all of that, and has the patches sewn onto it. I really love her green one. It looks so good on her, but I love that one, and I actually got that one with the rubber handle on the top of it. Because she uses that if I'm in my wheelchair. I sometimes use that to do a little bit of forward momentum on when I was first teaching it to her, so I wouldn't actually put any weight into it. I would just give her the sense that there was a little bit of pulling going into the vest. So there's that one, and my last one is Patience and Love. Absolutely love Patience and Love. Samantha that runs it is wonderful. The reason I love it is because their vest and harnesses, everything, are 100% customizable. You can literally draw out the bare bones of what you have an idea for a vest, and she will make up a proof that's exactly what you wanted. And I'm actually going to be talking about a vest I got recently from her in that same unboxing video that I'll show the other All Paws Have Purpose gear in. But I love her vest, her Y-fronts, her harness and capes, her patches, leash wraps, guide signs, all of that is wonderful. So those are my 3 top favorites, and I would definitely recommend any 3 of them to anyone that was asking for gear recommendations. But so 5 of the favorite adventures that her and I have had together. Going to Universal for the first time. We went for the first time together 2 years ago. We drove down and went for the day. It was a lot of fun. It was her very first theme park experience. It was her very first time ever to a theme park and something that was on that big of a scale. So that was a lot of fun. Second is Disney, obviously. I love going to Disney with her. That's something that we do regularly, and when they open back up, we will be going again regularly. Another one that was a lot of fun was when we went to Minnesota together. We went to Minnesota to be part of a clinical study at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. And that was a lot of fun, getting to see her in the snow and in the cold weather. We went to the Mall of America. We did all kinds of stuff. That was a lot of fun. That was a really fun time. Everything that happened at Mayo was kind of interesting, but overall we had a really great time. It was a neat little trip that we went on. So number 4 is we went to our first football game ever. It was actually my first time to a football game. It was her first time to a football game. We went to see the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's so bad, I can't even remember who they played. I just remember the game was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of cheering and yelling and just being rowdy and having a good time. So that one was a lot of fun. We actually have a really cute picture I'll have to put in the video of, there it is. But I absolutely loved going. It was a lot of fun. And the very last one was actually one I made a vlog about a little while after it happened. Her and I went and auditioned for America's Got Talent. So, wait, look, there's people walking. So she went with me to Charlotte, North Carolina to audition for America's Got Talent. I went and sang. Sadly, never got a call. I ended up not getting on the show, but it was a lot of fun. We got to do some filming in some of the group shots, and so it was a lot of fun. It was a great experience, and it was neat for her to see how they handled her and how she did with the whole audition process, and actually being in the room auditioning with me was really interesting. So Lil Bit was actually trained by myself. She is an owner-trained service dog, so I worked with her myself based on some books I had gotten and some videos that I had watched online. I also spoke with a couple people I know personally that are trainers, and also a couple friends that had previously owner-trained their dogs. It was difficult. It took a lot of work, but I mean, you all have seen how well she works and how great she is with her job, and I don't regret 1 second that I put into her training at all. I loved working with her kind of from the start, teaching her how to sit, how to lay down, how to give a paw, how to do everything. It was great to kind of have that foundation with her. So that was a lot of fun. So when I was looking, I went on Pet Finder because I knew I wanted to rescue. I also could not really afford a purebred puppy from a reputable breeder. So I knew I wanted to rescue. So when I was rescuing, the main things that I was looking for was a dog that was under the age of 2, or that was a dog that was 2 or younger. Make sure I worded that correctly. A dog that was 2 or younger. A dog that was really willing to learn, which she was. She you know, I sat outside with her with some treats at the rescue for 20 minutes and pretty much taught her how to sit and lay down. And she was very into learning and into figuring out how it works. And then the other one, the other big one, was not having any aggression towards either other animals or other people. There was a dog I was originally looking at before I even knew that she existed, but they had advertised on their website that he was a great dog. He was about a year old. He knew basic obedience, and he was energetic, willing to learn. He was house trained, he was crate trained, all this great stuff. But when I got there, they were like, yeah, he's great, but he tends to be male reactive. So for those that don't know, being male reactive means that he is aggressive towards men. And I was like, well, that's not going to work, because at the time I was living with a girl and a guy, and we had friends over a lot of the time that were both male and female, so we knew that that just wasn't going to work. He was also very energetic and very big, and we were living in a 2-bedroom apartment, so that it just wouldn't have worked. And they actually, the rescue worked with me to help figure out what size dog would work, what temperament dog would work, and they showed her to me, and obviously it went well. For that, I had 2 different psychiatrists and a therapist that were all working in correlation with each other and were in contact with each other, and they went about diagnosing me after going over different symptoms and different ways that it was progressing and showing with me. So that was pretty much how it was diagnosed. I'll put it this way. It's not that they do cause physical symptoms, it's that they can cause physical symptoms. Everyone is different, everyone has different ways that certain diagnoses manifest and the symptoms manifest. So it just depends. Personally, for me, I get migraines. It can cause me during panic attacks to hyperventilate. I can get nausea, heart palpitations, tremors, all that kind of stuff. And one that they think I might have, but they're not 100% sure, is psychogenic seizures, which can happen from having PTSD or any other type of anxiety disorder or mental disability. So definitely, yes, they can cause physical side effects and physical symptoms, but it's not for everybody. Some people do and some people don't. So this is a big thing of having good days versus bad days. So the class that I take is 1 day a week, and a lot of times if it's on a bad day, I just have to be really safe. I have to know my limits. I have to know if I need to take a break and relax, and just having people there that know what's going on and know, you know, they just know kind of if I need to go lay down, like they know why I'm going to lay down, or if I need to go rest, they know why I'm going to rest. And there's days where I go to the circus classes and I'm like having a great day, I'm raring to go, I go give it my all, and I have good stamina, good strength, everything. But then there's some days I go where I will climb the silks once and I will be utterly exhausted and need to be done for the day. It just depends, and it's very much having to just know and be aware of my body. So I would say don't stop working with your dog while all this stay-at-home stuff is happening. Still keep doing stuff with your dog. A great thing to do, I do it through Do More With Your Dog, but you can actually do online submissions for your trick dog titles. We actually have earned, well, I have my ribbons hanging up over here, 3 out of 5 titles for trick dog. We're submitting our 4th title hopefully next week, and then in 2 weeks hopefully we'll do our championship title. So doing the trick titles is a great way to work with your dog and bond with your dog during all of this. And if you're concerned about like going actually out in public doing PA that you can't do right now, a great way to do it is when you're doing your normal training sessions with your dog, get a speaker or put it on the TV, go to YouTube and play videos of that simulate distracting situations. So like a busy roadway, city sounds, fireworks, a band playing, shopping mall sounds, playgrounds, construction zones. They have like loops that go on for hours that you can go online and start playing that will simulate those environments, which is really, really nice. So that way you don't have to necessarily start over when everything opens back up. And also take your dog on walks around your neighborhood. You can social distance from people in the neighborhood, you know, but it'll at least get your dog out to a place that's not the scent of home, a place that has the scent of other animals, other dogs, other people, and it'll help them when you actually start going back out to stores, grocery stores, businesses, and all that stuff. It'll help with that. So for psychiatric service dogs, there's a lot of tasks that they can actually be taught, and it really just all depends on the handler and what exactly the handler needs. So different tasks are deep pressure therapy, light pressure therapy, panic interruption, panic detection, blocking, crowd control, self-harm interruption. So it's partly because of my autism and it's partly because of my PTSD. I tend to have episodes where I will either scratch at my skin or I will beat at my chest or beat at my head, and she's actually trained to be able to stop those episodes. Good girl, yes. I have to be careful with that one because sometimes she'll hit me in the face. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed our video today, and I hope that you all come back. We'll be posting another video next week, and I hope you all enjoy and have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to keep following us on all of our adventures, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we will try to keep posting videos once a week. And everyone stay safe out there, and we hope to see you back soon.